It's good to be with you this morning. I'm so thankful that you took time from Friday, your day off, to spend some time learning together. Egypt has a special place in my heart. I was born in Egypt. I'm a Saidi, Minyawi, Abu Gargasi, Yani Saidi Khalis. And from my childhood, my father used to take me to visit archaeological sites. And so from a very early age, the archaeology of Egypt became a part of my thinking and my love. So for me to be able to bring some of the learning and research I have done and bring it together with the Bible, I hope will be helpful to you. Our lectures here today and tomorrow will focus on the Old Testament only, not the New Testament. Before we get into the first lecture, which is to speak about Abraham, Jacob, and Joseph in Egypt, what I want to do is to help you understand a little bit about the role of archaeology in the study of the Bible. This is very important to understand how archaeology can be used, but also how it can be used incorrectly. Because the things that happened in the Bible, the days of Abraham, the days of Joseph, are 3,000 and 4,000 years ago, our world is very far from the world of the early fathers of Genesis. What archaeological materials can do is to help us to get close to the world that Abraham lived in, to allow us to see the things that he would have seen, allow us to experience the things that Joseph did, and so on. So we refer to this as the context. The context provides information about the world of the Bible to help the reader understand the text. The second point, archaeology complements, that is, it adds to our knowledge and fills gaps in Bible stories. Maybe later today you will have an experience of this, or maybe it'll be tomorrow, where archaeology provides information about things that happened to ancient Israel or ancient Jerusalem, but the Bible doesn't tell us about it. So this adds more information than what the Bible tells us. So we say it complements, adds information. You all know that there are many crazy ideas and theories about the Bible, put often by people who are not believers. They want to make the Bible look as bad as possible. It is very difficult to find evidence to prove the Bible, but often we can find information that challenges the bad theories, the inaccurate theories. And so we'll look at some of these. So it challenges bad or erroneous, that is, errors in the theories of others. The fourth point is it confirms. It confirms, that is, it validates the historicity of events, people, and places mentioned in the Bible. Confirms, that is, it validates the historicity of events, people, and places mentioned in the Bible. In our lectures today and tomorrow, we will try to cover these various points. In other words, we look at the evidence that we have, and in some way, the evidence will help us with one of these 4 points. Not everything will confirm, but everything will add some information to our knowledge of the Bible. There's another way of looking at the evidence or the data. So of course we have the Bible in this circle, biblical information. We have historical information. By historical information, we mean written records by earlier historians like Herodotus, Josephus, and others who write about the history of Egypt, the history of Babylon, the history of the Bible. And of course, one famous historian is Manetho, who is a priest from Alexandria during the Ptolemaic period. And his writings have been preserved by Josephus and other Christian church fathers. So we have early historical writings, and sometimes these other records can provide some information for us. And then, of course, we have archaeological information. Archaeological information, of course, would come from closer to the time of the events described in the Bible. Now, if you think of each of these areas as a circle of knowledge, there are places where the historical information and the archaeological information will overlap. And there are places where the biblical information will overlap. Where you get all three lines of evidence overlapping, you see, is a very small area. It's a very small area. We will see tomorrow such an example where the Bible, the ancient written records, the archaeological evidence, and the writings of later historians will all agree. There are a few times this happens. That, we would say, is proof, when everything agrees. Okay? That is proof. However, my approach, the way I read the Bible, and I read the Bible, if it makes a claim, it makes a statement, I believe that statement to be true, unless there is evidence to prove it is not true. Rather than saying the statement of the Bible has to be proven true by archaeology, then we can believe it, I go the other direction. In the tradition of our legal system in America, according to our laws, I am innocent of a crime until I am proven guilty. Not guilty until proven innocent. And this is how I read the Bible. The Bible is innocent, that is correct, until there's evidence to show it is not. Many people today will say the Bible has to be proven accurate before you can believe it. I don't think this is fair. I don't think it's consistent. Historians and Egyptologists like myself, when we read ancient texts, we tend to believe them without proof. So if you go to Karnak Temple in Luxor and you read on the walls about the Pharaoh Thutmose III and how he made a military campaign from Egypt all the way to northern Israel to a place called Megiddo, and there he fought a big battle against many different kings. And the excavations at Megiddo has not produced any evidence that Thutmose III was there. But every historian believes that he was there because the inscriptions at Karnak Temple say he was there. So they believe the text, even though the archaeological evidence from Megiddo does not support the text. So they believe the text, even though there's no archaeology. And there are good reasons for that, but I use that to illustrate how archaeology works. Sometimes it doesn't line up perfectly, but historians agree that these things took place. Okay, This was just an introduction so you understand what I am doing, how I am trying to bring together the archaeological materials and read them in connection to the Bible.